He's a power puncher. The kid got dynamite in his hands, and he showed his power.
Really that early? Good stoppage by the referee.
The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. Make some noise if you
Good afternoon from Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be, boxing fans. A good night of boxing coming your way. Alongside welterweight contender Alexis Rocha, I'm Beto Duran. Thank you for joining us everywhere. And it's a good night of boxing coming your way. Right here on the YouTube portion, you're going to see 3 fights coming your way. And it's going to get going with Sam Castellanos from Hollister, California. Of course, the main event tonight is going to be Vergil Ortiz from Grand Prairie, Texas, taking on the Hammer, Erickson Lubin. So here's how the work is going to be. Alexis, you and I are going to call 3 fights here on the YouTube page. We're also going to see Javier Mesa, and then, of course, Eric Priest later on. And then at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, that's when the DAZN portion will happen. So at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, you need the DAZN app. But right now, you have 3 of them coming your way for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. All right, Lex, let's get going with the main event. Vergil Ortiz, you've known him since your amateur days. You've seen him all over the place. This young man is undefeated, a lot of power in his hands. And let's just talk about Vergil Ortiz and how fun of a fighter he is.
Oh, first of all, Vergil's just super fun. He's a dynamite fighter who comes to bang, comes to dig to the body, comes everywhere. He's just an explosive fighter all around, and I cannot wait to see what he does tonight. There we get his last performance with Israel Majavad, just digging down to the body shots, coming up with the uppercuts, just breaking his opponent down. Vergil Ortiz is just a talent and just the future of boxing, and I'm always excited to see him fight and always going to be cheering him on.
154-pound, that division is loaded. But with Vergil Ortiz, again, you've known him since you guys were in the amateur days. He's coming out of Texas. He worked his way up to where he's at right now. But it's been known that his power is elite. And I got to look this up again. 23-0, 21 KOs. It's a real deal power.
Oh, that power is unreal. I've been in the gym with him. I've sparred with him. I've tasted that power firsthand, Beth. Let me tell you, it's no joke. And just to have a record like that, 23-0 with 21 knockouts, just shows the tremendous fighter that he is, that he comes to fight, and he comes to win.
Yeah, a couple years ago, he had that hell of a fight with Sergey Bohachuk, and then he had Israel Madrimov, and tonight it's the Hammer Erickson Lubin. For Erickson Lubin, a fighter from Florida with Haitian background, he was asking for Vergil Ortiz. He wanted to fight for Vergil Ortiz, and Lubin's done a great job helping promote this fight by saying, this is the guy I want to fight because I want to fight the best. I love that attitude.
Yo, you got to love that attitude that Erickson Lubin carries. He always comes to fight, and he always wanted to show that he's amongst the best fighters in his division. And he comes to spoil people. He showed it with Jesus Ramos.
Yeah.
Outpointed him. He's looking to spoil Vergil Ortiz tonight.
27-2 with 18 stoppages for the Hammer Erickson Lubin. And Alexis, you're a fighter, and we'll talk about what's going on with you. There might be some news coming up with you, but you're a fighter that will not shy back from anybody. You'll go into somebody's backyard and fight them. Erickson Lubin knows that the odds are against him tonight, but he's not deterred. He was very, very confident this week, and he feels like he could be the first guy to give Vergil that O.
Yeah, with that mentality, you always have to carry it because as fighters, you want to go in and challenge and be the best that you possibly can be. And when you go into someone's backyard like you are in here in Texas, you want to go and you want to put on a show and you want to spoil the night for the A-side fighter. And Erickson Lubin's been confident all week, which I love seeing. So you best believe he's going to carry that attitude in the ring tonight.
And that fight you're talking about, the one they just showed right now against Ramos, not many people were giving him an opportunity, giving him a chance, and he came out there and proved them wrong. 154-pound division. You fight at 47, so you keep an eye on 54.
Yeah.
It is a division. Supposedly, BOUTS is going to be here in town. He's going to call out the winner of this. But if you look around, it is loaded, it is stacked. And I know people will say, well, Vergil's not a champion. He's not doing this and that. But that's because a lot of guys don't want to fight Vergil Ortiz.
Yeah, he's one of the most avoided boxers today. Aside from the champions, I believe Vergil is the face of the super welterweight division because he's essentially one of the boogeymen in the division.
He's from Grand Prairie, Texas, not too far where we're at right now at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. We've been here all week, and let's just tell you, Texas fight fans love their boxing, but when it's one of their own, It started on Monday when Vergil went to the Cowboy game, talked with Jerry Jones. We've been at Cowboy Stadium in the past for a Canelo fight. Texas loves their fights, and you fought at Texas. You love it, right?
Oh, I absolutely love Texas. The fans here are so passionate, and they just get rowdy, and they just bring that energy when you come to fight night. And I can't wait to fight here again, if I'm being honest.
There you go. Again, 8 fights total here on the Golden Boy Show. We're going to give you 3 for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media accounts for exclusive behind-the-scene coverage. Because yesterday at the weigh-in, I really liked the way that the cruiserweight, Robin Safar, and his opponent, Derek Miller Jr., they were jawing back and forth. That cruiserweight fight is going to be good, and that's going to be the first one you're going to see on DAZN. Cruiserweight way above you, but I love the way Safar, 18-0. Derek Miller, 18-0. Again, here's that back cliche. Somebody's O's got to go, but that's going to be a fun fight.
Oh, that's going to be a tremendous fun fight, especially with Robin Shafir's attitude that he just comes to entertain, and he's the definition of an entertainer because he talks that talk, but guess what? He also walks that walk as well.
Yeah, Derek Miller was saying the champ is here, and go ahead, the champ is right here. So just walk right through us. This is live, baby. So you know we're not taping this. It's right there for you. Speaking of Texans, somebody people getting really excited about, the heavyweight, Joshua Edwards, undefeated 4-0, knocking everybody out. He was an Olympian, went to the Paris Games, and Oscar De La Hoya is super high on him. But he's a lighter heavyweight at 225, 230. Tonight he's going to be at 230. But on the heavyweight division, you fought international. It's a different world. You really like Edwards.
Yeah, I really like Edwards. I've been seeing Joshua since he's been in the Olympic team. He's been coming up and making a statement in every fight. He's not just knocking out his opponent. He's knocking him out in style.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
He has an opponent tonight from Las Vegas who's 5-1. And then afterward, middleweight division. This young man recently signed a Golden Boy from Oakland, Amari the Reaper Jones. 14-0, 12 KOs, and he's at the middleweight division. Very, very interesting. You remember when you signed with Golden Boy before you got here? You could have signed with different promoters, and he was saying that Golden Boy is going to give him the best opportunity for him to climb fast. 14-0. We saw him last year on the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney show in Brooklyn. I really like this young man.
Yeah, he's a crafty guy. He comes in, he's very strong, and he's just going to show out that why Golden Boy should be signing him, because he's going to go out and possibly become an outcome for a world champion in the future.
All right, the co-feature has the opportunity to be the fight of the night. Oscar De La Hoya and, of course, Golden Boy President Eric Gomez always say we want to match our guys tough. And if it's Golden Boy fighter against Golden Boy fighter, no problem. You recently did that against Raul Curiel, who's also in the Golden Boy family. And tonight you're going to have David Stevens against Darius Fulgham. Both of them have come up short against Bektamir Melikuziev, Bek the Bully. But this is an interesting fight because Fulgham coming off that loss to Beck. Stevens came off a victory, his last one. Stevens doesn't talk much, but you got to be careful with the silent assassins.
Listen, besides the main event, I'm extremely excited for this fight because I cannot wait to see it. You got both fighters with the lose-lose in every situation because they're both coming off. Fulgham's coming off a loss. Stevens has been in the momentum from losing to Beck. So it's going to be a very good fight to see who comes out on top.
Now, I got to ask this question because when you're a Golden Boy fighter, usually you're the A side. But sometimes they tell you, hey, you're going to be the B side. Does that matter, or do we make too much of a deal about it?
I believe the critics do make too much deal about it. It doesn't really matter. You have to go in with that attitude of I'm the A side and I'm going to go and win, point blank, period.
Yeah. That's Alexis Rocha. You'll see him in the ring pretty soon. I'm Bethel Durant. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. And I see the YouTube comments, and you're like, how come we haven't started? How come we haven't started? Because we got to give you that little appetite. We got to wet the palate as you're ready to go. There'll be 8 fights total tonight, 3 of them right here on the YouTube portion. And opening up the YouTube portion is going to be Sam Castellanos from Hollister, California. He's 3-0, has 2 stoppages. He's taking on Slick Rick, Ricky Elizalde from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Slick Rick, I see your fans are leaving comments in the YouTube section. We read them, so have fun with it. Enjoy that section. Castellanos, youngster. You remember when you were 3-0?
Oh yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. You know, you're so new to the game. You're coming in with the big arenas like this, and you just want to put on the show. And Sammy's gonna come out to put on the show.
Yeah, we're inside Dickies Arena. So Sam Castellanos, Ricardo Elizalde, and then from Amarillo, Texas, Javier Mesa, who's 21 years old, has a good following, training with Joel Diaz in Coachella. And he's taking on Joshua Briones from Mexico, a veteran of 8 fights. We were in the back talking with Mesa. I like his demeanor, I like his style, but when you train with Joel, and you've been around the sport a lot, you know the Diaz brother training camp, that's a good team that they have right there.
A very solid team that put you through hell. They come and they make sure you're physically and mentally prepared when it comes fight night.
Yeah, and then the main event here on the YouTube portion, undefeated middleweight, Eric Priest takes on Venezuela's Sniper Correa. Correa is an interesting, colorful character with 16-6-2 record. That could be very, very difficult for Eric Priest if he's not on his toes.
Oh, definitely. I think anyone with that mentality, if they wanted to come over to American soil and spoil the A-side fighter night, is very dangerous.
Eric Priest, it's going to be an 8-round fight. I like Eric Priest. I like the development of him, but this goes back to the adage. I know Priest is happy to be on the show, but you don't want to be the third of the night. You want to work up towards that main event, the co-main, and it's not if you win, it's how you win.
How you win.
Priest has to put on a show tonight.
Oh, of course. You got to go out there and dominate. You got to make a statement. You got to show Golden Boy. You got to show Oscar De La Hoya that you're ready for the DAZN openers, that you're ready to be up in the co-main events, eventually putting you in the main event.
And that's something that Joshua Edwards was doing, because Joshua Edwards, we did his pro debut when he was fighting the first one of the afternoon, knocking people out early, knocking out impressively, and now Joshua Edwards will be the second fight on the DAZN portion. So let's look at the DAZN card that you're going to have. That gets going at 8 o'clock Eastern. We talked about the cruiserweight, Robin Safar, and Safar at the press conference a couple days ago was saying, hey, get past this. Zurdo Ramirez is a Golden Boy cruiserweight. Why not that fight? Safar wants the big boys.
Why not? If you can go out there and put on the show, you know, you have to have the mentality you want to fight whoever it may be. A contender, a world champion. You got to shoot for the stars.
Amari Jones is very interesting to me. So this is his first fight on officially a Golden Boy fighter. He's fought on this show before. I mentioned the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia show. His last fight, he was in Equatorial Guinea. But you're moving him up to the third fight of the night. That's an interesting thing that Golden Boy is doing, because then it could have easily had him be the opener. Why do you think they're having him in that middle?
Oh, I definitely believe they're very high on him, and Amari Jones is a very tremendous fighter who could potentially be a world champion. And if he goes out there and makes a statement win, he can go up to be the co-main and potentially the main event.
All right, the main event, Vergil Ortiz, Erickson, Lubin. There's an interim belt on the line that Vergil has. They both want the real deal green WBC belt. They're going to get closer to that. Is this dangerous for Vergil tonight?
Oh, I definitely agree that it's going to be a dangerous task for Vergil Ortiz. I think Erickson Lubin is a very dangerous fighter. He's a very versatile fighter. He can box from the outside. He can bang from the inside. He can really fight however he wants to.
That'll be coming up later on. You'll need the DAZN app for that. That gets it going at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. We're ready to start walking our first fight of the night inside Dickies Arena, where they have that Fort Worth rodeo here. You pull up and the livestock is outside, but tonight it's the fighters who are going to be putting on the show. Let's get the tail of the tape for our first one. Sam Castellanos, 6 foot, 152. He has the height and reach advantage over Slick Rick Ricardo Elizalde from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Castellanos only 20 years old, signed by Golden Boy before he made his pro debut. And the fighters are ready to start making their ring walk as we're getting going here at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Our ring announcer for tonight, our ring announcer is going to be Tom Triber. We're going to get to him soon as the fighters. That's a good setup that they have here inside Dickies Arena. And it's been a good crowd, great opportunity all week long. And let's go.
Let's first welcome to the ring, Ricky Slick Rick Elizalde.
Debut back in 2024 in Los Angeles. We got stopped in his pro debut. Started boxing as a teenager.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Samuel Trouble Castellanos.
All right, from Hollister, California. Name is Samuel Castellanos. He's 20 years old, 6 foot. Trainer Charles Morales, cutman Mike Rodriguez, Deshaun Anderson, and Renee Torres in his corner. So shout out to everybody watching us in Hollister. This was scheduled for 4 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a great night of boxing here at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. It is all being brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Bet Online. Odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get started. Corona Premier, the light cerveza of fight night. OnlyFans, where creators earn and re-yacht season. A big thanks to those great sponsors. We get things started with 4 rounds scheduled in the super welterweight division. The judges are Javier Alvarez, Nathan Cantu, and Hector Gonzalez. Our referee in charge will be Robert Chapa. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing blue with white and weighed in officially at 153 pounds. Coming to us from Tulsa, Oklahoma, he has a professional record of no wins with just 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ricky Slick Rick Elizalde. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue with white and weighed in officially at 152.2 pounds. Hailing from Hollister, California, he is undefeated with 3 wins. 2 of his 3 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated Samuel Trouble Castellanos.
All right, guys, protect yourself at all times, so they not command at all times. Watch your heads, watch your low blows. Shake hands, let's go. I've done it for over 20 years, brother.
Here we go. Robert Chapa, the third man in the ring. Javier Alvarez, Nathan Cantu, and Hector Gonzalez are our judges. Renato Perez is our timekeeper, along with Marcus Brown. Beth Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. Thank you for joining us here on Golden Boy Fight Night on the YouTube portion, where we're going to have 3 of them for you. Samuel Castellanos, the taller fighter with the blue gloves. Trouble Boxing Gym in Hollister, California. He's 3-0. Made his pro debut back in 2021 at the famous Big Punch Arena, Alex. You got to get that out of your way. And then Golden Boy signed him here this year. He made his pro debut in April, and he's coming out aggressive, the much taller fighter.
Right around coming on digging to the body, which I like Samuel.
He knocked Mark Misura out, and then he stopped Clayton Hibbert in Fresno back in July. For Ricky Elizalde.
Samuel with a much taller, much bigger height advantage than Elizalde.
Yeah, Elizalde yesterday at the weigh-in wanted to keep his sunglasses on, and Jamie Ursha, the fantastic Golden Boy PR director, said, "I'll take them off for the pictures."
Yeah, you gotta take them off when you gotta take the pictures. You gotta look intimidating.
Yeah, and James also intimidating. You gotta watch out for her. But right now, Elizalde, who's got that tail, he said he's been growing it for 13 years, ever since he started boxing. So it's much longer, but for the fight, they make him braid it. And Elizalde, like you've seen these guys, and you started off your career like that, where guys have an ugly record and not the much experience. They'll just try to rough it up and give you different ugly looks.
Yeah, they just come around, not too much. We're talking Elizalde in the back, and he doesn't have too much experience. Started boxing not too long ago, about 5 years ago, and he's really just learning on the job. Every fight he has, he's just learning as he goes, and he's an awkward fighter. Samuel needs to cut off the ring and stop chasing him a little bit. Samuel sees no threat as Elizalde just has his hands on and moving around. He's got to utilize his jab more, just like that.
Elizalde, 29 years old. His brother still on his corner. There's a combination from Elizalde, landing right on his face, as Castellanos landing flush. And that's what the older fighters are going to do, right? Like, just hold on.
Just hold on for dear life. And anytime they get hit, anytime they get marked up, they want to just hold on because they know something's coming. Something big is coming.
Yep. The main event tonight, Vergil Ortiz, Erickson, Lubin. We're just getting going here at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Elizalde just trying to hold on.
That's the smart thing to do by Elizalde. He knows Samuel's a much bigger, much more experienced fighter. He wants to hold on.
Renato Perez slamming it down. Let us know 10 seconds to go here in the opening round. This one's scheduled for 4.
Nice little body shot, short little body shot by Castellanos.
We're done with the first. Trouble Boxing Gym in Hollister, California. Shout out to everybody watching us in that area. Coming up next will be Javier Mesa against Joshua Briones. And then our final one here on YouTube will be Eric Priest against Sniker Correa. Charles Morales, the crime-fighting cutman, Mike Rodriguez, one of the best in the business, working that corner. And also Deshaun Anderson and Rene Torres. Second round of action. I appreciate everybody in the Golden Boy YouTube comment, leaving all the comments that are good ones. Lex, don't read the comments, but they're all asking when you're coming back, so you have some fans in there, Lex.
I appreciate you guys. Golden Boy should be making announcements shortly.
And I don't know, so don't ask me. For Samuel Castellanos, Lex, you've been in the ring where the guys are limited experience, as Elizalde is a part-time fighter. He does real estate with 9 to 5, and he's out here chasing a boxing dream. You know, the shorts that he's wearing were a gift to him.
They look like Muay Thai shorts.
Yeah, and they are.
They don't look like boxing.
And he's getting tagged upstairs as Castellanos stepping on the gas here to start the second round. But Elizalde, very, very confident. Slick Rick, they call him.
Slick Rick is looking confident, but
he's in trouble now.
He's eating some shots.
He's keeping his hands really low, Lex. I know you don't like that.
I don't like that, especially when you're getting tagged up. You want to bring those up. You want to bring those hands up because that's why you're getting tagged in the first place.
So if you're young Castellanos, you're not going to get the fighter with a good style. You're not going to get a fighter who's willing to trade with you. How do you put this away?
How do you put this away? You have to settle down on your shots. I know Castellanos has some good hand speed, but you really got to settle down and focus on one hard shot, just like you just had this hard body shot right now. That got the attention of Castellanos.
Yeah, good body shot from Castellanos, a taller fighter, followed with a good hook. And Elizalde's corner telling him, get out of the corner. All right, now how do you counter a fighter who's going to lean in and hold? as Elizalde now takes a knee. Was there a shot landed?
No shot. I think he's just accumulation of shots.
Is this it, really? He gets up at 9.
Maybe he needed a break, Beto.
Okay, and the corner has stopped it.
Stop.
The corner has stopped it for Elizalde. Thank you for stopping this. As Samuel Castellanos gets a second round victory. I mean, I wanted to see more for Castellanos, but you're right, Alex. The accumulation, I guess, got to him.
I think Slick Rick knew something big was coming, and he didn't want to anticipate it, so it was rather being safe than sorry.
155 of the second round, a KO for Samuel Castellanos, who's now 3-0 on his young career. So congratulations to young Castellanos. Well, the little bit that we did see of Sam Castellanos, I like.
Yeah, same.
Considering he's so young.
Yeah, same here, Beto. Castellanos comes in with mean intentions of breaking down his opponent. I can't wait to see more of this kid.
Yeah, he's 20 years old. It's win number 4. And you got to have a dance partner, too, to make you look good.
You have to have a dance partner, and that's a good thing about fights like these, because you go back to drawing board and you see what you can improve on.
And this is why a lot of people say you can't judge a fighter until 10 fights. Get him out of there. He still got the Similac behind the ears, right?
Exactly.
And Tom Chiver ready to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 55 seconds of round number 2. The blue corner retires their fighter, and our referee in charge, Robert Chapa, accepts their retirement. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Samuel Trouble Castellanos.
So the 20-year-old will go back to Hollister, California with win number 4, 155 of the second round, TKO. And he gets the picture with the referee. As we're going to get you some of the replays. Great job by Cisco, our producer director today, and everybody in the production truck. Working hard here in Fort Worth, Texas. And there you see the Team Trouble taking that picture. Been bringing this young man along nicely in his amateur career. Now here as a professional with Golden Boy. And he came out aggressive, and that's what you're supposed to do, Alexis Rocha.
Yeah, and earning these fights, you're supposed to come out aggressive, especially when you're just signed with Golden Boy and you're 20 years old and you're not fighting the most toughest challenges just yet, but you want to get the experience and you want to go out and make statements that put you back on the cards. Here's like a nice jab. That was enough by the corner. They don't want to see their man get hurt.
Well, it's also his brother / trainer.
Yeah, you don't want to see his brother get hurt.
All right, so coming up next will be Javier Mesa, then Joshua Briones, and Eric Priest and Sniper Correa. At 7 o'clock local, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific is when you'll need the DAZN app. You'll need DAZN to check out Vergil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin coming up later on tonight. As Laura Cervantes says, love you, Trouble. Good job, mijo. For Samuel Castellanos. Early on in the afternoon. You remember those days, right, Lex?
Yeah, I definitely remember these days when no one's really in the crowds. It's just starting to fill up, but that's just how how the game rolls. You got to go out, you got to earn your stripes, you got to look impressive, and they'll put you right back on the main cards.
And you're a 20-year-old. That's what you were doing, right? It's just give me a fight. That's what you really want.
Yeah, you remember those days back in the Velasco in downtown Los Angeles?
Oh, yeah. And I always like to tell people the story of when you had to wait for the rain to clear in Las Vegas the night before Canelo Khan at the T-Mobile Arena outside. After the weigh-in, we did it. And then, hey, Lex, you can't go because there's water in the ring.
Yeah, there's water in the ring. If I recall, that's my second fight. And I just remember waiting forever. I think it was 11 p.m.
Yeah, we were out there waiting and waiting and waiting. You got to go through these things before you're the main event.
Yeah, especially if you want to go out to the zone portion. If you want to keep moving on, that's what you have to do.
First fight of the night is done. Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. It's starting to fill in. Doors opened not too long ago. Coming up, more boxing right here on the Golden Boy page at Fort Worth, Texas.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap. He makes a play. Took another look at there when he was sat on the rope. He didn't see him coming.
Real-time stats and scores have arrived on your DAZN app. Follow your favorite teams and competitions from over 500 leagues and cups with instant updates so you never miss a big moment. Get even more from your daily destination for sport.
DAZN, the undisputed global home of boxing, where the greatest fighters take center stage, with fights every week and over 185 a year. And now, the mighty Queensbury joins over 30 worldwide promoters to up the ante like never before, with the best of the best.
The biggest nights.
There's no limits to what's possible. Nobody brings you closer to the action, because if the fight is on, it's on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap. He makes a play. Took another look at there when he was sat on the rope. He didn't see him coming.
Back inside Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, home of the Fort Worth Rodeo. So many cool events happen inside this building. They opened a couple years ago. Our first fight of the night is done. Oh, we're on camera here, Lex. Let me get here, bro. I mean, if I'm going to put on a jacket, you're going to wear the Versace jacket. You might as well bet the around alongside Alexis Rocha here inside Dickies Arena. Lex, we just saw Samuel Castellano get the victory for him. Again, it's not the best opposition, but he did what he was supposed to do, which is take care of business. And when you're 20 years old, you got to go through these fighters that are going to give you the ugly style and put them away.
Yeah, most certainly, Beto. The good thing is, he got the knockout victory. He didn't hurt anything that we know of. No cuts, no bruises. This tells Golden Boy that he's going to be ready within a month or two, and that's what you do as a young fighter. You got to go back to the gym. You got to go train, and you're back in cards again in early next year.
One of the things that young fighters, I've heard you say this to some of the guys that are in your gym at TKO in Santa Ana, that, hey, just because you win doesn't mean you celebrate. You get your butt back to the gym on Monday.
Exactly. You guys have not done anything, and I always tell fighters, hint, hint,
Johnny Cañas,
that you got to stay in the ring. You got to stay active, because that's so cruel in this sport. Activity is key, and you have to do that, because with activity, you're always learning and growing.
Part of the reason we show these young fighters is because you want to get to know them now, and you want to see how they're going to develop and give them the opportunities. So first fight is done. Samuel Castellanos is ready for our second one here inside Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Let's go to Tom Schreiber.
Hello, welcome to Face to Face. I'm your host, Todd Grisham. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Erickson the Hammer Lubin, a showdown built for fireworks. As you know, Ortiz, one of the most feared fighters in the world today, 23 wins, 21 coming by way of knockout. He could become the face of 154 pounds. To my left, Erickson the Hammer Lubin, 27 wins, 19 coming by way of knockout, only 2 defeats. It's power versus power, danger in every exchange, in a fight that could end in an instant. Erickson, I'll start with you. A lot of people do not want to fight this guy. He has been avoided, and yet you've been calling him out. What do you see in him that makes you think you can beat him?
I feel like he's a great fighter. I just feel like right now is my time. I feel like I faced the toughest guys in the division, and I'm just ready to prove myself. You know, this is my 3rd undefeated fighter in a row, and top 10 contender. And I'm just looking to solidify myself as the best 154-pounder.
When you heard his name being mentioned as a potential opponent, what did you think?
I thought that this was a great fight. You know, he's like we've been saying, he's been in there with the best, and You know, I just want to fight the best. That's really it. You know, I don't got anything against anybody. I'm just a competitive person.
His 2 toughest opponents, he was stopped in both those fights. Are you confident that you can knock him out?
I don't go into a fight thinking I'm gonna knock anybody out. I just go in thinking I need to do my best. I need to listen to my corner. If it comes, it comes. But you know, if you think about the knockout, if it comes, it doesn't look good. It has to be organic. So I don't even think about that.
So what weaknesses do you see, or what areas do you think you're better than Vergil?
I can't give you the game plan. You know, I feel like he's a great fighter. I feel like on fight night, I'll be able to just show rather than just talk about it. You know, I'd rather just prove myself and just, you know, we have game plans drawn up. I'm with K. Karoma now. We have game plans drawn up, and I feel like on fight night, it'd be a great matchup.
A lot of people are wanting to see you fight Boots next. Everyone said you're ready, you signed the contract, you were good to go, and that he didn't. Is that the case, from what you understand?
I don't want to talk about anyone if it's not Lubin. You know, I'm here for Lubin. I'm not fighting anyone else that's not named Lubin.
Well, the promoters are going out saying, hey, once he beats Lubin, that's the fight that's next. Do you feel like everyone's overlooking you in this battle?
Yeah, I've said it before, you know, that with the whole promotion, with the poster and stuff like that, and, you know, sometimes I read comments online. I see how people are overlooking me, but that's just fuel to my fire. You know, I've been one of the top dudes since the amateurs. Mm-hmm. So, you know, with people overlooking me, it's like bringing back that fire in me.
Vergil Erickson said recently that you've been protected a little bit and carefully orchestrated throughout your career. How do you answer that? How do you respond to that?
Maybe his point of view, you fought for a world title against Charlo your 3rd year. I didn't get that opportunity. I was trying to get that opportunity. I don't think I gotta disagree. I just didn't get it. I was trying to fight Hooker. I was trying to fight whatever 140-pounders there were. I didn't get to fight Crawford or Spence. They were trying to fight each other. I just didn't get those opportunities, man. I mean, you can think what you want, but that's really all it came down to. Lack of opportunity.
We've seen a lot of fights recently that they already had an opponent lined up, like Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Yeah. They end up losing. Yeah. Do you feel like in the back of his mind that he's already looked past you and that's an opportunity for you to ruin plans?
No? I could see it in his eyes. I know he's not overlooking me. I know he knows where I come from. He knows where I come from, the type of fighter I am. He was in the amateurs. You know, he's a Mexican fighter, but you know, he's done a lot of work in the amateurs in the U.S., you know. So I know he's heard of me probably from the past and the amateurs and stuff like that. So he's not overlooking me. I'm not overlooking him. I see the guys that he's fought. He stopped those guys. He made easy work out of those dudes. And I was actually impressed with the Majimov one because I had him losing that fight. Yeah, I had him losing that fight, but he went in there and he dominated. He dominated, in my opinion, better than Crawford did.
Vergil, you said nobody really wants to fight you, but Erickson stepped up to the plate and wanted you so bad. Do you respect him for doing that, or do you feel like this is a fatal mistake? He should not have wanted this fight the way he wants it.
Man, I respect it. You know, I mean, I respect anyone that gets into that ring, especially right now. No one's. It's been really hard to get fights. I haven't fought since February, and we've been trying. You know, I'm very glad that we got one, especially someone calling me out. You know, so it's I don't see it as a lack of disrespect. If anything, I see it as hey, I think you're a good fighter. Let's get it on. That's why I see it.
All right, let's wrap it up. What's your message to Vergil as he heads back to camp to prepare to face?
Train hard, brother. Train hard. Train really hard. Sure. It's gonna be a great night of boxing.
All right, There you have it. November 8th, live on DAZN from right here in Texas. It's Erickson the Hammer Lubin versus Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Great job by Todd Grisham as always, and you'll hear Todd later on the DAZN portion of the broadcast that you need DAZN, 8 o'clock Eastern. But coming up next, right here on YouTube, Javier Mesa, the 21-year-old from Amarillo, Texas, takes on Guadalajara, Mexico's Joshua Briones in the super lightweight division. As you see, Mesa, the shorter fighter, but they're almost equal in height and reach. Tom Trapper, our ring announcer, is ready to bring him out.
Let's continue and first welcome to the ring, Joshua Briones.
A record of 3-4-1, a tough record for Joshua Briones, the 22-year-old from Guadalajara. Saludos a toda la gente que nos está mirando desde Guadalajara. Briones said I'm a Chivas fan because my family is, but I'm not really a soccer guy at all. It should be a good test for young Javier Mesa. As Briones, last few fights have been in the United States, stepping up in competition. We'll see what kind of offer that Briones brings. In his 4 losses, Briones has only been stopped once, and that was early on in his career, in his pro debut, when he got stopped in the 2nd round. After that, been battling back and forth. His last fight was against Amos Cowart on an MVP show that went the distance 6 rounds. Before that, he had a draw against Christopher Gonzalez. That was in Houston, Texas, and Gonzalez, undefeated fighter. So he's gotten better since getting knocked out in his pro debut.
And now let's welcome to the ring the undefeated Javier El Gallito Mesa.
Amarillo, Texas. El Gallito's the nickname. The 21-year-old Javier Mesa. Fighting in Texas, but training in the Coachella Valley in Southern California. You see Joel Diaz behind him. He's fought at Fantasy Springs, Long Beach at Thunder Studios, the Honda Center in Anaheim, and his pro debut was in Ontario. So the first time that this man will be fighting in his home state, a lot of pride for the Texan. Four 4-0, 2 stoppages. Been giving him good competition. His last 2 fights have gone the distance. And he fought Cesar Villarraga his last time, which, oh my goodness, if you're a prospect, you've gone through Villarraga and you walk away like, I hate that guy.
Yeah, that guy's known to give you some rounds, but that's what any up-and-coming fighter does. They challenge you with those type of fighters.
All right, Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Bet Online. Odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. Corona Premier, the light cerveza of fight night. OnlyFans, where creators earn and re-yacht season. Our 3 judges aside will be David Iacobucci, Chris Migliori, and Jesse Reyes. Our referee in charge will be Ruben Perez. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing camouflage with black and weighed in officially at 141.2 pounds. Coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, he brings a professional record consisting of 3 wins, 4 defeats, 1 draw. 2 of his 3 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joshua Briones. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue and gold and weighed in officially at 142 pounds. Hailing from Amarillo, Texas, he is undefeated with 4 wins. 2 of his 4 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Javier El Gallito Mesa!
I'll give you instructions, dress me. I expect a good, clean fight. When I play, lo que espero yo. Protect yourself at all times, protect todo el tiempo, obey my instructions at all times. Obedece todo el tiempo. Chócalo antes, touch him up.
Ruben Perez, the third man in the ring. Jesse Reyes, David Iobuchi, Christopher McGlory, the judges, and our timekeeper, Gennaro Perez and Marcus Brown. We're getting ready for this one. Scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Javier Mesa, 4-0 from Amarillo, Texas, fighting in his home state for the first time as a pro, the 21-year-old. Joshua Briones from Guadalajara, Mexico. He's in the green. Be a good test for Mesa. Because, Lex, when you get the fighters with that record of 3-4-1, and they've been fighting undefeated fighters, you got to see what they're going to offer to you. And I think we're going to see more resistance tonight from Briones than we did see in our first fight.
Yeah, definitely. When you fight someone with 3 and 4, you tend to look at their knockout losses, and Briones only has 1 knockout loss, which is very impressive because he's been fighting some hard opposition, undefeated fighters.
That's the voice of Alexis Rocha, Golden Boy welterweight contender. Stay tuned to the Golden Boy social media accounts. There'll be news about Alexis' next fight coming soon. But tonight we're in Dallas. No, we are at Dickies Arena in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the DFW. As Dickies Arena is going to be the site of the main event tonight of Vergil Ortiz and Erickson, Lubin, and Reyes right away landing that body shot, Lex.
Another nice jab that momentarily staggered Briones.
Training with Joel Diaz, Antonio Diaz of the Diaz Brothers training camp in Coachella, California. And, you know, there's a lot of fantastic fighters in there. As Mesa going upstairs, landing a shot flush.
Very smart by Mesa, working and investing in the body early. That's going to be key and crucial for the later rounds.
Saul Mesa, his father, Nieves Portillo, also in the corner. Family from Villa Coronado, Chihuahua, Mexico. So saludos a toda la gente de Chihuahua. Mesa, I like his aggressiveness today.
Yeah, but he's very smart and very patient with his aggressiveness. He's not overshooting his punches. They're well-calculated shots. And he's always starting everything with the jab. That's the perfect rangefinder is your jab. You always want to go in, do some punches with the jab. Briones landed a nice short left hook in the inside.
Briones fighting off the ropes. Is that good or bad?
It could be very bad, and it can be to your disadvantage when you're on the ropes. You don't power too much shots from there when your back is against the ropes.
Lead right hand from Briones. Briefly moves back Mesa, but Mesa right on top of him in the blue. And Briones just holding on to that right side. Finally, the judge recognizes it. Good opening round. This was scheduled for 6. Uppercut from Mesa, followed by a hook. Briones trying to roll. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Didn't roll that straight right that Mesa just threw. If I'm Briones, my back should be against the ropes. It should be in the middle of the ring and away from the ropes because Mesa's looking to take some steam out of his by using the body shots and throwing combinations.
Good opening round here. Javier Mesa and Joshua Briones, our second bout of the night. Good body work from both fighters. Look at some of the highlights.
Look at the replay of Mesa, who threw a beautiful shot. More looks like Briones staggered him a little bit, but it looks like he was also off balance. And then Mesa knew that, started digging to the body. Very calculated punches. Nice over right hand by Mesa. A good first round by Mesa, I would say so.
Mesa introduced to the sport of boxing by his mom, Mary, who was going to a boxing fitness class to work out. And 8-year-old Javier was just there, and they said, hey, we're going to start a kids program. You want him to train? Yeah, sure, why not? Just come in there, mess around. And at the age of 14, he was also playing baseball, decided to take boxing serious, go to the bigger tournaments. It has worked out for him well. He's a 21-year-old professional. And his dad, we were talking, he was like, yeah, well, his mom started training, and I did too. And then the kid stuck with it.
I've never heard of your mom starting the boxing tradition. It's always been the uncle, the dad, or a brother, never the mom.
Yeah, his dad's like, we would watch fights, but the mom was going and doing the boxing class to work out, you know, stay in shape. You always hear the mom taking the kid to the gym because he was a bad kid. Yeah, work get some aggression.
Not in this case.
No.
Now look at Mesa on a undercard in Golden Boy fighting here in Dickies Arena. He's looking sharp. Everything's off the jab, and I love seeing that by young fighters, especially when you're 4-0, 3-0.
And there's Briones landing the hooks upstairs. See, this is what you wanted from him, right? In the middle of the ring.
You want to be inside the middle for Briones. You don't want to be against the ropes because that's going to be in the upper hand of Mesa. Briones is looking to stay in the middle and start exchanging in his defense. Briones throws a nice, sneaky right uppercut that caught Mesa a moment ago.
You're working your way up the ladder in your young career. Can't be no diva around here. No diva activities.
No, you can't. You have to go in there and you have to do your fist do the talking. But early on, this is a nice test, and someone's mouthpiece just fell off. Looks like it was Mesa's mouthpiece.
Referee notices it. Then just keep the action going. Just because the mouthpiece is out doesn't mean you stop the action. You wait for a break. And now Mesa bleeding from the nose. And you're right, Alexis, it was Mesa's mouthpiece that went out.
Good matchmaking by Razo. Because Briones is his game. He's coming to fight, and he's landing some shots, but he's throwing some shots back.
Yeah, you know, when we prepare for fights, you know there's some fights that are going to go quick. No, Briones, I was looking up, researching, I'm like, oh, this is one I expect good, hard 6 rounds. And it's good quality matchmaking, you're right. A counter by Briones off the ropes.
Looks like Briones rolling kind of did some damage there. Got off a short little sneaky right hand.
Now Mesa countering. Second bout of the night, Vergil Ortiz, Erickson, Lubin, the main event later on. At 7 o'clock local, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. You'll need the DAZN app. And opening up the show will be Robin Safar, Joshua Edwards, Amari Jones, Darius Fulgham, and David Stevens, and Vergil in the main event.
Both these fighters getting some leather go right now.
Yeah, this is good.
A good scrap. Mesa's in a good fight tonight.
Uppercut landed by Briones, the Mexican. Much better round for Briones. So Mesa cut for the first time in his career. That's also something too for a fighter to see how you react, right?
Yeah, you always face adversity. When you get when you get cut, you get a nosebleed. You always want to see how a fighter reacts to it, because when you face adversity like that, that's when you get it tested into deep waters.
Oh, there's some blood from the nose of Briones. So both fighters leaking from the nostrils. You guys are sparring, you get cut, you get bleeding all the time, but it's different when it's the first time as a pro, right?
Different when you're first time as a pro because you're in front of an audience, you're half naked, you're in a very vulnerable state, so it's always interesting to see how the fighter deals with that.
Round 3 coming your way. So how does a kid from Amarillo, Texas end up in Indio, California? Well, the legendary Jimmy Montoya was the man who connected. Going to have the doctor check him out? Really? This soon? Check out the nose? Yeah, exactly. Like, he's fine. Jimmy Montoya, who trained Joel Diaz when Joel fought for a world title in South Africa years ago, called Joel and said, hey, there's a young fighter in Texas I really like. You're going to train him. Simple as that. So Jimmy, who mentored Joel, said, you got him, you take him. And that's how they connected. Joel De La Hoya is Mesa's manager. And he goes to Coachella for 6 to 8 weeks for training camp, and you come back to Amarillo, go back and forth. But that's where Joel has Madrimov, Bector Bully. He has a young, quality stable at Golden Boy prospects, Caden Griffiths and Grant Flores. And Grant Flores and Mesa actually fought as amateurs, so Tonio Diaz hopes find some of the amateurs. Like, I remember this kid. You know how many fighters coming out of Amarillo, Texas, but they liked him, and that's where he's at right now. But he's in tough against Joshua Briones, who's gaining steam.
Very tough. Briones is looking to have some success with those uppercuts in the inside. Mesa's got to fight him a little bit in the outside because he's always getting caught with the short right uppercuts and the lead left hooks thrown by Briones. Briones also looks a little big and strong.
Yeah, he does.
Looks slightly bigger than Mesa.
Yeah, he rehydrated well. Saludos a toda la banda Mercado de Guadalajara, el equipo Briones. Works for the family business. Does Briones. Chasing his fighting dream.
Nice short left hook landed by Mesa.
A 21-year-old against a 22-year-old. This is good action.
Good action. Real good action. It just shows the resistance of Briones, and it also proves a point to Mesa that, you know, you got to fight these type of fighters to move on to the next level.
Oh, good uppercut from Briones.
Mesa also landed a short left hook to the body. But it was Mesa who did get the bad end of that.
And credit to Team Mesa for taking on a fighter like Briones. A lot of people might say, I don't want to fight this kind of guy. Maybe too soon. I want an easier touch. I want to pad the record to 12-0, 13-0. That's not the case tonight. And also, that doesn't do anything good for a fighter.
Does not do anything good for a fighter. What good is it when you're fighting these guys who have knockout losses all coming by way of knockout and not getting any resistance? When you're tested in deep waters, when you fight a Briano in the future, that's when you're really going to be tested.
Briones, he's picking up steam, closing the round strong. But Mesa right there with him. 10 seconds to go, round number 3. Body shot from Mesa at the end, uppercut from Mesa, and Briones trying to counter off the ropes. He had been doing so well away from the ropes. Why get there?
Why get back? He's finding a lot of success in the middle of the ring, and that's where he should be going.
Mesa right above us, Alexis, walking back, mouth wide open. Maybe the conditioning might be a factor in this one.
Maybe that, or maybe the fact that he has a nosebleed. It's always hard when you have a busted nose and you're trying to breathe in through your mouth. You always have to exhale largely and take deep breaths as we take a look at the action in round 3. It's a good scrap thus far, Beto. You got both fighters exchanging. Briones is no pushover. He's coming to win. Short little left hook to the body by Mesa. Nice short right hand landed by Briones.
Headed to the 4th round, Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, the site of Vergil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin later on tonight. Thank you for joining us on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. Round number 4 in a close fight. Good test for the 4-0 Javier Mesa, El Gallito. All right, but you know that Joel Diaz is going to have the fighter ready because the sparring that he gets in that gym is elite because he's going up against some of the best in the world.
Yeah, most definitely. The regimen in the gym is always going to be tough, mentally, physically. I don't think Mesa is out of condition here. I think he's just in tough against Briones, a guy who's determined to win just as much as he is.
Briones coming in from Factor B Boxing in Guadalajara. He showed up with just Ramiro Ponce, his trainer, and that's it. And he's against the ropes, bleeding from the nose more. As Mesa trying to go upstairs with that left hook. He's found a home for it. Referee warning Mesa for a headbutt. And that was a good break from Briones because he was getting tagged.
He was getting tagged.
Why would he jump in right there?
Messin was having a lot of success with Briones not throwing punches back. It was a good round from Mesa.
Yeah, he came out strong.
Came out real strong, putting the pressure, backing up Briones on the ropes.
Body shot from Mesa.
Doubling up those hooks, body to the head. Confuses your opponent.
Lex, Mesa doesn't look like a fighter who's only 4-0.
No, I love his. Oh, nice.
That right there. The combination.
Nice.
Briones is tagged. Briones' knees buckled. Briones' face is getting worked right now. And Mesa jumping on it. Briones just winging punches, trying to keep the fighter in blue off of him, and he does briefly. Overhand right from Mesa, slipping punches.
Briones has to keep that left hand up because he got staggered with that right hand, and he just ate another uppercut.
A minute to go in round number 4. Excellent round for El Gallito Javier Mesa. Going upstairs, going to the body. As this Briones in green has been slowed down.
What Mesa's doing right now is really smart. He's jabbing to the body to bring Briones' left hook down to shoot the right hand to land it right on the chin of Briones, just like that.
And that left hand is down right in front of us, Alexis Rocha, as Briones is trying to keep Mesa off to no avail. El Gallito locked in. Overhand right, snaps back the head of Briones. Swing and a miss for the fighter in green. Final seconds of an excellent 4th round for El Gallito Javier Mesa. We still got 2 more to go.
From beginning to the end, Mesa started off very strong, closing it strong as well. Briones looking a little tired now, a little out of it.
Briones looking for that stool quickly. Excellent 4th round for Javier Mesa. Let's check out the replays, Alexis Rocha.
All 4th round had to go to Mesa. Started with the left hook and followed by the right hand that staggered Briones. Mesa right there just knew his opponent was hurt, trying to mix it up and not letting his opponent out of sight. But credit to Briones, he's in there tough as well, but he's coming back retaliating with a lot of shots. Mesa doing a smart thing of also investing in the body, not just forgetting, and also not just head hunting, but focusing on the body as well.
Willie Montalvo says, saludos Beto and Alexis, can't wait to watch you and Curiel ever do it again. I think your title shot is overdue. Good luck.
I appreciate those kind words.
5th round, right now it's about Javier Mesa pulling away from Joshua Briones in green. If you're Mesa, do you just step on the gas?
You step on the gas a little bit. You also want to focus on the body, just like Mesa threw a short right hand to the body right now. You also want to invest to slow down and keep him out of breath.
Lex, you're the expert, you're the analyst here, but just watching from where I'm at right now, it looks like Mesa is doing a good job of keeping his distance with the shot selection.
Yes, he knew he had the perfect punch selection with the right hand that caught and staggered Briones earlier. Now he's mixing it well to the body, throwing left hook downstairs and upstairs and mixing it up.
Because young fighters, especially ones with only 4 pro fights, they like to smother themselves at times.
Yes, you hit it on the head, Beto. They love to smother themselves. They don't get the full resistance, and they don't get the full sit down on their punches to hurt their opponent.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. He doesn't look like a fighter with only 4 pro fights. That means the work he's getting in the gym is really, really elite.
Yes, I love the poise of Mesa from starting round 1 till now.
That's another good thing you point out, the poise, because if a fighter, they might have blood, or the referee's checking you out, or the doctor's checking you out. Sometimes they don't know how to react at the age of 21.
Yeah, exactly. But the poise is going to help them be relaxed and stay determined to victory, not just focus on the negative. You got to focus on the positive, which is the shooting that right hand over, knowing the fact that you're in there tough with Briones, and keep moving around and gain some valuable experience off this fight.
And now Briones just swinging wild and missing more blood from the nose of Briones in green. Yeah, his pace has slowed down so much.
Tremendously.
While Mesa seems to be picking it up. Against the ropes is not where Briones wants to be with a minute to go in round number 5. There's a combination, uppercuts, letting his hands go. Briones almost went through the ropes, slipping.
Looks like Briones almost lost his balance right there, leaning on against the ropes, but again, that's nowhere he should be. He wants to fight in the middle of the ring.
It looks like the middle's where Mesa wants to be too.
Yeah, but now I think Mesa's taking it over. I think the investment to the body and him just shooting the straight right hand is confusing Briones, and now Mesa's taking over the fight.
Combination solid from Mesa in blue. El Gallito looking strong with 10 seconds to go in round number 5. Excellent fight. Fun fight so far. Coming up next will be Eric Priest against Estiker Correa.
Let's take a look at the action in round 5. Mesa still having a lot of success with Briones on the ropes, throwing those combinations and almost knocked Briones down. Knocked him out through the ropes. Mesa throwing a lot of punches and bunches.
Ortiz working the nose of Javier Mesa. In a fun fight. Good job. Joe also serving as a cut man. 6th and final round. Referee Ruben Perez hasn't touched gloves. The main event tonight, Vergil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin. You'll need the DAZN app for that fight. And you'll see 5 fights total. Also included Darius Fulgham against David Stevens. The heavyweight Joshua Edwards, Robin Safar, and Amari Jones also on the broadcast. 6th and final round for Joshua Briones. Can he do something, dig deep, and try to pull off the upset against the undefeated Javier Mesa in blue?
Mesa was in a fight tonight with Briones coming forward and also dictating the pace as well.
You mentioned the matchmaking that Javier Razo and Eric Gomez for Golden Boy, the president, that, the last fight, we said it, he took on an opponent who was 11-12, tough as nails, never goes down, and you walk away from that fight frustrated. You got the win, but it just didn't look right. But those kind of fights, those rounds, prepare you for something like this.
Absolutely, but it's all about matchmaking in the day. It's how you test a young fighter moving up. We mentioned that fighting guys and padding your records to 10-0, 10 knockouts does not do anything, because when you fight fighters like Briones that come in, that want to win, that busted you up, and you have to go in there and fight, that shows what type of fighter you're developing into. And Mesa's doing a hell of a job right now, who just ate a short uppercut.
And Briones is not going away. I mean, you had a couple of those guys at the Belasco where you're just like, damn it, get out of here.
Get out. You hurt them, and they're coming right back, and you're like, why isn't this guy going down?
And
but that's just the matchmaking.
And that's allowed you to become where you're at, elite, one of the best in the 147-pound division. That's Alexis Rocha.
Swing and a miss by Briones.
Yeah, Briones' hands go really low now. They're getting heavy. He's game, though.
Very game. Oh, nice right hand landed by Briones.
He's still got a little bit in him. Oh, maybe more. Big right hand from Briones. Stuns Mesa, who wears that shot. That's easily the biggest shot that Mesa's taken in his career. Another shot from Briones. Mesa to the body.
Mesa has to hold right now.
Yes, he does. Did Briones do enough in this round as the clock is running out?
Smart move by Mesa.
I mean, Briones just emptying the tank. That's all heart right now. 10 seconds to go in the fight. Briones letting it all out. Mesa, in his first time in Texas, had his hands full. Did he do enough to pull it off? And we will go to the judges' scorecard for 6 good quality rounds. What a fun fight between Javier Mesa El Gallito and Joshua Briones from Guadalajara, Mexico.
Great fight by both fighters, displaying heart.
Yeah.
A lot of action. Both men were determined to take this victory home.
Man, imagine if that would have been 8.
Ooh, that would have been interesting to see, Beto.
Yeah. But it's 6 because they're youngsters. Coming up next will be Eric Priest and Sniker Correa from Venezuela.
Let's look at the highlights of fight. Round number 6. That big right hand by Briones, but Mesa did the mistake by having that hand down that momentarily staggered him. Perfect place right hand by Briones.
Hey, respect to that man from Guadalajara, Joshua Briones. Do not be fooled by that 3-4-1 record. That guy's better than his record indicates. And he's tough as can be. All right, so looking at the people in the YouTube chat, the comments are saying mostly Mesa by majority decision. Okay. Again, top of the hour is when you're going to have the DAZN app ready to go with Erickson Lubin trying to upset Vergil Ortiz. Tom Triber, our ring announcer, is in the ring, and he is ready for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Christopher Migliori scores it 59-55, and both judges, Jesse Reyes and David Iacobucci, are in agreement. They both scored the same, 58-56, all for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Javier El Gallito Mesa!
All right, the unanimous decision for Javier Mesa, 58-56, for 4 rounds to 2. I can see that for him. Real good job. Real fun fight. Quality, good rounds, and that can help with the future of Alexis Rocha.
Definitely. He's going to go back home, study this fight, learn from it, and develop into a much better fighter. But all around, I love the composure by Javier Mesa, who just showed tremendous heart. He adapted really well to the right hand landed in Briones in the last round. He held on, staggered, but this is going to be very key for him to move forward and learn from it.
All right, saludos a todos en Villa Coronado, Chihuahua, Mexico, where the familia of Javier Mesa was watching us. Also, IFH in Anaheim watching us tonight. A lot of people in the YouTube chat have it 4-2 for Mesa, so that was a good one. That was a real fun one for them. So 2 fights done. Sam Castellanos got the second round TKO, and then Javier Mesa with the unanimous decision. 1 more fight to go. It'll be Eric Priest against Sniker Correa. And then at the top of the hour, you need DAZN, and Robin Safar will open it up on the cruiserweight division. So 2 fights done, 1 more to go here at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. We'll be back with some more action.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap, he makes a play. Took another look at there when he was sat on the rope, he didn't see it coming.
Real-time stats and scores have arrived on your DAZN app. Follow your favorite teams and competitions from over 500 leagues and cups with instant updates so you never miss a big moment. Get even more from your daily destination for sport.
DAZN, the undisputed global home of boxing, where the greatest fighters take center stage, with fights every week and over 185 a year. And now, the mighty Queensbury joins over 30 worldwide promoters to up the ante like never before, with the best of the best. The biggest nights. There's no limits to what's possible. Nobody brings you closer to the action. Because if the fight is on, it's on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap, he makes a play. Took an uppercut there when he was tight on the rope, he didn't see it coming.
Inside Dickies Arena, 2 fights done. We still got 6 more to go here on DAZN, and 1 more here for free on the YouTube page, as we're going to have Eric Priest and Sniker Correa getting ready for it. As Eric Priest, the undefeated fighter, is 6 foot taller, but it's Correa, the Venezuelan, with the reach advantage. So this should be a good one. A good test for Eric Priest, the undefeated fighter. This was scheduled for 8 rounds in the middleweight division. So as we get ready to go. Beth Durant alongside Alexis Rocha, now joined by Golden Boy's very own from Chicago. Let me get it right. The south side of Chicago, Kenneth Sims Jr. Shake that hand, my man. Looking smooth as always. Kenneth, always great to see you. You're going to join us for this last fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, there we go. Get a little closer. There you go, Kenneth. There's your camera right there. Look at this in. All right, so last time we saw you in the ring, you and Oscar Duarte put on a hell of a show in Chicago. Didn't go your way, but that was a hell of a night. The Chicago fight fans love you, man. You got to have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I loved it. It's the first fight there in a long time, so it was exciting. It was something that they haven't seen in a long time, so that was some people's first boxing match ever going to. I got told that a lot, and they just enjoyed the experience. I can't wait to do it again, make it have the right ending.
All right, we'll get you in more thoughts about that. Let's go to Thomas Triber, who's ready to bring in our middleweights.
Let's first welcome to the ring, Sniker La Maravilla Correa.
From La Maravilla, Venezuela. Sniker Correa. Actually, La Maravilla is a nickname from Los Teques, Venezuela. Sniker Correa. And we'll tell you the story of how he got that name later on. I couldn't believe it, but he's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. He's fought all over the world. Very, very confident. Knowing that he has his hands full with Eric Priest. It's like, that's nothing before, man.
And now let's welcome to the ring, the undefeated Eric Korean Cowboy Priest.
All right, so Eric Priest from Kansas City, Kansas. Yesterday at the weigh-in, they said he's a Korean cowboy. I mean, I've known Priest since he signed the Golden Boy. I had to ask him, like, when did you become a Korean cowboy? He's like, well, I am from Kansas. We're in Texas. I'm half Korean, my mom. So I'm just going to roll with it, Korean Cowboy. That's the nickname for Eric Priest, who's 16-0 with 8 stoppages, the 26-year-old. Now training with Julian Chua, Brickhouse Boxing in Southern California. And yes, he does look like a model because he used to be a model. He was a Wilhelmina model, but he's always been a fighter. That's what Oscar always says. Don't let the looks fool you. This young man is dangerous. So he's got his hands full tonight. See how he gets past Sniker Correa. Reminder, the top of the hour, you'll need the DAZN app to check out Vergil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin. This is the last free fight for you here on the Golden Boy YouTube page.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the middleweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Bet Online. Odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. Corona Premier, the light cerveza of fight night. OnlyFans, where creators earn and re-yacht season. Our 3 judges assigned will be Javier Alvarez, Hector Gonzalez, and David Jacobucci. Our referee in charge will be James Green. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with pink and weighed in officially at 159.6 pounds. Coming to us from Los Teques, Venezuela, he brings a professional record consisting of 16 wins, 6 defeats, 2 draws, with 14 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Snaker La Maravilla Correa. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white and black and weighed in officially at 160.2 pounds. Hailing from Kansas City, Kansas, he is undefeated with 16 wins. 8 of his 16 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Eric Korean Cowboy Priest.
Okay, gentlemen, right here, it's going to be good for me on this side. These trunks a little high, okay? You got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners.
All right, James Green, the third man of the ring. Javier Alvarez, David Ayabuchi, Hector Gonzalez are judges. Gennaro Perez and Marcus Brown are timekeepers as we get ready to go. 8 rounds in the middleweight division. Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha and now joined by Kenneth Sims Jr. As this could be an interesting one for Eric Priest. Eric Priest is good, but Eric Priest is also a fighter that likes to mix it up with you, and he'll take a punch to land a couple punches, which is fun for the fight fans. But Alexis, I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, definitely not a good day to take a punch for the fans and whatnot. But you got to stick to your game plan. You got to go out there and execute whatever you've been practicing on the gym. But from what I've seen from Eric Priest lately, he's been developing into a very good fighter as of lately.
Do you know much about him, Kenneth?
I'm familiar with him. I was actually at his fight when he fought Luis Arias.
Okay.
That was the first time I seen him. But he got a lot of skill. He probably got the same problem I have sometimes that you just said, wanting to mix it up a lot more instead of letting sometimes let your ego overpower your skills.
I could definitely feel you in that, Kenneth.
You got the Lopez family watching us in Chicago. They said, wait, Kenneth Sims on there? Oh, I got to fit this. So, Kenneth, for you, obviously, when you're at the level you're at, it's a different style. But when you've gone up and you're coming up in your career and you get these guys who, like a Correa, who are veterans, who are the opponents, who are 16-6, and how do you approach those attitudes?
You just got to approach it. I always thought you approach every fight like you fighting the best fighter in the world. You got to be prepared for whatever, because it's boxing. You'll never know. No matter how much you study, no matter what, they can get in there and do something completely different. So you got to approach every fighter like they're the best person you ever been in the ring with.
Yeah, Priest has been bouncing around different gyms. Now he's with Julian Chua, not because he hasn't been a good fit. He just likes learning from different trainers. He was in Vegas. He was in California, wherever he may be. But I think he and Julian Chua, who also trains Zurdo Ramirez, has been a good fit for him the last couple.
Definitely said the development that Eric Priest has shown in his last 3 fights. He'd even headlined the developmental series in the Thursday night fights, which he showed that he's improving every time he steps in the ring.
Yeah, his fight with Arias, I was pretty impressed. He showed a lot of speed, and I know Arias for a long time from the amateur, so just watch how he handled that fight.
Good
I can see
hook.
that he had a lot of skill.
Yeah, leaping hook from Priest and Correa. Come on, bring it. Correa with the colorful trunks. pink and black. Pink because it's my favorite color. I always wear pink. Okay. Got that blonde, got the face tattoos. Interesting fighter from Venezuela, but now living in Peru.
You mentioned his physical physique, but now you have to mention how he got his name.
We'll get into this one. Next round, I'm going to let you know, Kenneth Sims Jr., his name is Sniker Correa. Yeah, exactly. You're giving me that look like So Correa last name is Sniker with an E. Good opening round. This was scheduled for 6 in the middleweight division. And he had fun in there, does Correa. He's staring at Priest. The Priest like, man, I'm trying to be locked in. A little redness on the right side of Priest. So what's coming up for you, Kenneth Sims?
Weighing options right now, but I know for sure I'll be back first quarter of the year, top of the year. Can't wait. Gotta right some wrongs, get some things done, and get back to where I want to be, which is on the winning side.
Yeah, again, it was a heck of a fight between you and Oscar Duarte. So you're going to stay at your division, your weight class?
Yeah, absolutely, 140, yeah.
Okay, so you'll stay right there. That's an interesting weight class too, man. There's some names I know you want out there.
Yeah,
besides Duarte.
I mean, that's just like, it's eating at me still.
Well, Alexis knows that because he had that fight with Raul Curiel that eats at you. So
yeah,
maybe one day it happens again. And you're not one to call people out, but there's some names that you're like.
Yeah, it's a lot of names. It's a lot. 140 is a great division. So.
All right, so Sniker Correa, Esneiker, and they call it a Sniker because, believe it or not, Kenneth Sims, his mom, when she was pregnant, used to eat a lot of Snickers bars, and it's Spanish. Me das un Snicker, un Sniker, un Sniker, un Sniker. And that's the name they named him.
Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Neither was I. When they told me the story, I was like, "No, for real." He's like, "No, that's what it is. My mom was pregnant, ate a bunch of Snickers." So basically, he's named
after Snickers.
Correct.
Okay.
You got to give him an endorsement out of that, right? And he comes out super aggressive. He's 16-6. He's fought in Russia. He's fought in the Dominican Republic. He's fought all over, and he'll just take on anybody. And he will make it ugly for you if you let him. So, Alexis, if a guy like that, who really has nothing to lose, who's the opponent, but if you let him hang around, they build up confidence.
Yeah, you got to take these guys very serious. You got to go in there and break them down. Be very calculated with the punches you throw because earlier on in this round, Sniker threw a short right hand and it snapped the head back of Eric Priest. So just little movements like that can make you look bad, and those are the punches you do not want to be taking. But you got to break these type of fighters down.
And guys like him, Kenneth Sims Jr., that have been around the world, been around the block, that want to make it ugly, you've been against those guys.
Absolutely.
They make you frustrated, but how do you control and make it your fight?
I think the key is to jab at all times. Like, I feel like Priest, he should be jabbing more, even if it's not landing. Just touch him to keep him busy. Because I feel like in this round, he gained some confidence. He caught him early with a couple of combinations, and now that's why it looks like he's kind of having some success this round.
Yeah, because in his last fight, Correa went to Lowell, Massachusetts in the hometown fight, small club show. It was a majority draw, which he said, and a lot of people there said he should have won that. And before that, he got knocked out by Francis Hogan. He was 19-0 in that same area. And of the 6 times that he's lost, Correa, 4 of those have been stoppages, so which means he's risky.
He's risky, definitely. But Eric Priest has got to sit down more on those shots. He just can't be in and out, in and out. He's got to use that jab and stay planted more.
Yeah, I think he should be jabbing a lot more. He's just trying to walk in.
You want more jab from
Priest? I feel like Priest should use his speed and his athleticism. You can tell like he's more athletic than Correa.
He's the better boxer.
Yeah, he's a better boxer and he has more tools. But I feel like he's getting frustrated a little bit actually.
You ever got up against those kind of guys that Kenneth coming up?
Yep, I won't lie, it's annoying.
Definitely.
No, go ahead. Well, the broadcast, you say whatever you want.
It's annoying that they don't do everything conventional. Like you're trained to fight one way and they don't do that.
But that's when you got to lock in more, right, Alexis?
Yeah, you got to lock in more. Kenneth just hit it on the head. There's nothing more annoying when a guy's durable and he's awkward and you're hitting him and he's staying in the live and throughout the fight. You know, those are the difficult type of fighters to be fighting against.
So then how do you're annoying, right? So you're in the fight, you're like, damn it, this guy. But how do you just put him away, Kenneth?
I mean, even if you don't put him away, I just feel like if you stick to your fundamentals, they'll eventually see, like, okay, this isn't going to work. That's why I was saying that Priest should use his jab, because even if he's not hurting him, the jab, if he's getting hit over and over with the jab, it'll calm him down. And then you can start to let your hands go after he's calmed down and you stopped all the jittery, jumping around stuff that's unconventional.
Is a guy like Correa one of those that you break down later? Like
Absolutely.
You're not going to take him out early?
Yeah, I don't think so, because he's bouncing around and he's still in the fire, and I don't think Priest is like getting off the line a lot of times, so he'll get caught. And I feel like the jab will slow that down. Or even if it's not a jab, a feint like he just did, and he caught him with a jab right after.
Yeah, we're right next to the corner of Correa, and his trainer, Felix Zavala, tell him, don't waste energy right now. Don't waste energy. Eric Priest in the white and black, the undefeated Golden Boy fighter, 8-round schedule here in the middleweight division.
And Correa looks a little, I was just about to say, he looks a little soft around the midsection, so
oh yeah,
I feel like Priest should be going down there.
Yeah, if you're Eric Priest, you want to keep investing to the body, especially in that little gut that Briones has in them.
It's one of those things where Kenneth and Alexis Rocha, you guys know, if you win, good. But when you're a 26-year-old, you're working your way up. Look, you're on a Golden Boy show, great, but you don't want to be the third fight of the night, right? You want to be on the DAZN portion. You want to be in the co-main. You want to be the main event. And it's not if you win, it's how you win. You keep saying this a lot, Alexis.
And Eric Priest landed a monster right hand right now.
And Correa wore it.
Correa's just like, come on, bring it on.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of heart.
But if you're Correa just got stabbed, you do not want to go and exchange with the bigger man in Priest.
But he's asking for it. Is that bravado or is that for real?
That's for real.
That's for real. Oh, shot. He bends the knees.
He bent the knees, but didn't his butt just touch the red rope right there? That's considered a knockdown.
Could be if the judge wanted to. All right. But now, what's Priest doing there, Kenneth?
He's looking for the same. He's looking for the same shot. I feel like he's looking for a perfect shot now because he hurt him, and now he's trying to hurt him again. But I feel like he should go behind the jab once again and then set that shot up.
You're sounding like an old trainer now, Kenneth. That jab, that jab, that jab. Rolling with it is Correa. Goes southpaw in the corner. Gets out of there. And he's just going to try to frustrate you with the mental game. That's usually a sign that they don't have much of power, right?
No, not too much. You gotta take away the mental game as Correa's doing right now, just moving around, he's getting hit. And he just tagged Eric Priest right now with the good left hook. Eric Priest got to settle down a little bit and just use his jab. Just stick to the basics. Stick to the bases of boxing, using his jab to find his rhythm and then set the big right hand.
Is there enough activity from Priest here?
I feel like Priest should just be stepping to him. I feel like Correa is doing a lot of, like, it's an illusion of what he's doing right now, the jumping around. He's probably still a little hurt.
And then he's looking at Priest,
like
staring
this.
at Priest.
Yeah, like that right now.
Like that.
I feel like he's just trying to frustrate him.
That's the mental game.
Yeah, that goes back to your annoying.
Yeah.
Look at some of the replays from an excellent third round for Eric Priest.
Here you got Eric Priest slipping a right hand, then following back with his perfect right hand that staggers Correa momentarily.
Yeah, I think after that, Priest he knew he had him hurt, so he just didn't want to jab anymore and set it up, even though that's how he set that up. But Correa's tough. He's still trying.
Our last fight for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Top of the hour. You'll need the DAZN app. Make If you download DAZN, you get all the fights later on the night. This is 4th round, scheduled for 8. Eric Priest in the black and white, the undefeated fighter with a record of 16-0, 8 stoppages.
Nice jab by Priest.
There it is. And Correa's going to dance with you.
Correa's an entertainer.
And now he's looking to the corner. He looked right at Julian Chua, the trainer of Eric Priest. Well, Correa's trying to make it entertaining for us. But at the end of the day, you got a box. He's just popping off at the corner of Priest. And Julian Chua, the trainer of Priest, is smiling right at him. At Correa. But if, Ken, don't say this. If Priest would pick up the activity, wouldn't that make Correa not?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Priest he's trying to counter, but he's countering with one shot. I think if he counters with 2 or 3, then he could possibly hurt him again. But I think this Correa's antics are kind of frustrating him a little bit.
I think so too. I think Eric Priest is just trying to load up with that big right hand and left hooks that Correa's kind of seen him from the outside and momentarily jabbing his way and kind of circling around Eric Priest.
Yeah, remember, Lex, we went in the locker room and Correa was on Instagram Live talking with people, and as he's like warming up, like he was in a mood, man.
I have an experience kind of similar to that.
Well, what you got?
And I fought, I forgot his name, but my first fight with Golden Boy, I went on Instagram and I seen that my opponent was at the pool.
What?
The day before the fight, like just chilling, sipping a coffee.
Really? And so what'd you think? Like, okay, this guy's not taking me serious?
No, I didn't really take too much into it because it's not like he was drinking alcohol or anything. He was just like laying there. He's laying down just at the pool instead of in his room.
He was in the vibe?
I remember that fight was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was in Vegas. In
Vegas, I'm sorry. Yeah, on the Vergil undercard.
Yeah, when Vergil fought Boychuk.
Oh, that was Momo Romero.
Yeah, him.
Wasn't he a former world champion?
Former world champion, Colombian, who came in last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's always a vibe.
Yeah, he is.
That was a good fight, too, man.
Yeah, because I know him he used to train in Vegas, and I used to go to Dallas and spar over there a lot.
Yeah, Momo's a former world champion from Colombia. Yeah, he's like in the zone. But it was more like for Correa, like, I got no worries in the world right now, man. He, like, included us in the live. Hey, look here.
Yeah, he's boxing like he's not really. Doesn't have a worry. It looks like even though he's losing, it looks like he's having fun in there.
Yeah. There's some blood from the mouth of Eric Priest.
I feel like they both slowed down a little bit that round.
Look, now he's just looking at him, still talking Correa.
Eric Priest is definitely frustrated from all the gimmicks, and Correa's still standing on his feet, moving around, talking. It's frustrating when you hit someone, they're looking back at you, or they're even talking to your corner and trying to frustrate you. And that's part of the mental game.
Hey, he doesn't sit down. He's talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's that right hand for Correa? If he would actually box instead of talk.
He was having a lot of success in that round.
Yeah, Priest the uppercut. Trying to load up with power shots.
And Correa sees Eric Priest loading up, and that's why he's being vulnerable to getting hit by those sneaky left uppercuts.
Yeah, I think that round, that Correa's antics really got to Priest a little bit. They had him second guessing what he wanted to do.
The co-main tonight, Darius Fulgham, David Stevens. That's going to be a heck of a fight. Also, look out for young Amari Jones from Oakland. The heavyweight Joshua Edwards. Oh, my goodness, do not blink on his fight. And opening up the DAZN show at the top of the hour from Sweden, Robin Safar. Of course, the main event, Vergil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin. Round number 5. Uppercut from Correa. Now we got a fight finally breaking out. All right. So Eric Priest in the black and white. I mean, Kenneth Sims Jr., you're looking at a guy you said it would be annoying, but you're also looking at a guy in Correa who's not going away and is not deterred at all.
I think me and Alexa said earlier, Priest should have invested to the body a lot more. and that would have slowed down a lot of the moving around and the antics.
Yeah,
He hasn't been. I've been paying attention like that.
There's a body shot.
There it is.
But one at a time, Alexis.
He hurt us. And
Correa answered the body shot.
I feel like Priest felt that.
Oh!
Priest should invest more in the body and stop hand hunting with those power shots because Correa sees him.
And he's rolling with those power shots, too. His Correa lands one from the weird southpaw stance. He's not a southpaw. I don't know why he's doing that.
I feel like even right there, if Priest would just throw a jab to the body, it would still bother Correa.
Has he thrown any, Lex?
Not really.
No.
I've not seen Eric Priest really focusing on the body, just all head hunting right now.
And you guys were mentioning it because of soft stomach. Little panza there.
And he's hurt him twice to the body. But after that, he goes back to the head.
From Venezuela, but trains in Peru. He's been living in Peru the last 5 years. Here's Correa. His main trainer does not have a visa, so he's here on his own. And Tuto Zavala Jr. right next to him giving him advice. His manager is also acting as a trainer today. And he's just yelling at the corner. He's looking at Julian Chuam, Yogi Winder, and Mike Rodriguez, and he's letting them have it. Shouldn't Priest be doing
like
something?
Right there,
make
he's
sure?
jab, upstairs, downstairs.
Good shot from Priest.
Nice straight right hand by Priest.
Closing seconds of the round. It's scheduled for 8 in the middleweight division. Eric Priest. And Sniper Correa. Now Correa just looking at everybody in the crowd.
Having fun, smiling.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
He doesn't know anybody, but I think he's all his friends now.
Let's see. Nice jab by Eric Priest. He needs to set more of those up, down to the body, touch him upstairs, then follow up with a body shot or a big right hand, because Correa does love to drop his left hand a lot.
Round number 6. Let me ask the corner if they're winning. I mean, what are you going to do, right? If Correa's yelling, I might as well yell too. Tuto, you winning? It's close? All right. The last 2 rounds, you guys been doing it? All right. See, that's how we do interviews. Okay, that's on the YouTube portion. We just ask.
Yeah, just ask. in between rounds.
Hey, does he always talk that much? That's one way to...
This is Beto having a full-on conversation with Correa's corner.
I mean, I gotta ask. Like he said, he always talks like that. This is inside information for you. So Zavala, his manager trainer. Anybody ever talk to you like that, Kenneth? In a fight?
I'm trying to think.
Nah,
not really. I usually start.
I've had Blair do a couple woos when we fought. Blair Cobbs.
Blair Cobbs does not count.
Yeah, he don't count.
Blair Cobbs is still wooing all over the world right now, wherever he may be.
Like, not really trash. Someone said, "Let's go."
Okay, yeah,
but it's not really.
But not like Correa.
Yeah, nah, I've never had that.
I want to see Priest step on the gas and do something, man.
Yeah, I feel like if he goes down to the body, he possibly could get the stoppage because Priest hurt him to the body a couple of times. He's not really taking those shots well, but
that also slows down the moving target in Correa. When you invest in the body, you start digging him and punish him to the body. It slows down a person like Correa.
Top of the hour, DAZN is where you're going to need. Is round number 6 scheduled for 8? If that was a headbutt. This is where you want to see Priest.
Yeah, I think he should step on the gas.
You let him hang around. And it's been Correa trying to put the fight the way that he wants.
I think at this point, Priest is kind of letting him survive just by not stepping on the gas and letting his hands go behind the jab.
Yeah, even though Priest doesn't sense any trouble from Correa, it could still turn ugly for him just in case Correa goes in, smothers himself, lands a headbutt, cuts Priest, or throws an elbow or whatever it may be. You want to avoid those when you have a target like Correa just moving around and, you know, basically asking like, hey, like come knock me out.
I think Correa might be too tired now to keep up with his antics.
Isn't that where Priest should just jump on him, like make his lungs burn?
I won't say just jump on him, just because how Lexus just said he's still dangerous.
Well, do something for
but
us.
He should step it up a little bit though.
Yeah, he should stop trying to load up with two shots and throw a little flurry, catch the attention of Correa.
All right, so there was a clash ahead. Let's see if how the judge had it or the referee had it. Yeah.
Slight headbutt.
But no blood, so that's it. All right, there's the Brick House crew working with Julian Chua. Mike Rodriguez, a cut man. Brick House, an excellent gym in Southern California in the Valley. It's an interesting gym because you'll have like the Hollywood celebrities come and work out.
Yeah.
And then you'll have hardcore fighters.
You got Zurdo Ramirez, cruiserweight world champion, training out of there.
All right, so 7th round. Let's see what the Brick House team can do. What kind of instructions do they have for Eric Priest? And also, Alexis, it's been Correa been able to move around the entire night. There's been no cutting off of the ring.
No cutting off the ring. Eric Priest has got to cut off the ring, invest more in the body to slow down a moving target. Also focus more on the jabs. That was a nice left hook thrown by Correa that landed to the body to Priest.
I feel like Priest is just following him around, like you said. He's not cutting the ring off.
And your dad / trainer would be barking right now, right?
Yeah, he would be yelling at me like, come on, pick it up. Just because I see it's a wounded fighter in front of Priest.
Yeah, you're letting him hang around.
Like Correa, he's not doing the antics. He's not really throwing anything anymore either.
Eric Priest, the Korean cowboy, half Korean. His mom is Korean, grew up in Kansas City, Kansas. Yeah, we're not trying to rip on Priest, but it's more of you're 16-0. You're the much better fighter. You should be controlling this fight.
I just think we think he can do a lot more.
Not just that, if you're closing out the YouTube portion, you wanna make a statement. You wanna tell Golden Boy, hey, I'm ready to.
This is the last time I want to be here.
Yeah, exactly. You wanna go back beyond the DAZN opener.
But isn't that part of the reason why he's here? Because they don't feel like he's ready for that.
I mean, just like Alexis said, this is his opportunity to prove that he is. And he's winning easily, but he's not like making you say, wow.
Yeah, and Eric Gomez, Golden Boy president, sitting ringside. Oscar De La Hoya is watching the YouTube stream right now on his way here to the building. Mouthpiece is out. Got to close.
Could I open his mouth showing the referees like, hey, my mouthpiece out.
Can I get a mouthpiece?
Like at this point, I think Correa is just trying to make it to the final.
That's his MO. That's in his business. Because guys like that, those gatekeeper kind of guys, they survive, they get you the equality round, then they get called in a month for another fight. Middleweights in the ring right now, both weighing at 160. Yeah, if you're Eric Priest, you're going to go back and watch it and be like, what the heck happened?
He got Correa showboating at the end of the round.
Of course. Finally, they get the mouthpiece for Correa.
Let's look at Eric Priest trying to find Correa as Correa's just running around, jabbing him. The jab of Eric Priest knocked out the mouthpiece of Correa.
Finally, a
I was about
jab.
to say, I feel like we've said jab so much during this fight.
Have we said jab more, or have more jabs landed?
I think we
probably
said more
said it more
jab.
times.
Eighth and final round. At the top of the hour, in 10 minutes, you'll need the DAZN app. That's what's going to happen for you. Eric Priest. And it's interesting what they're saying in the YouTube chat, like how they are scoring this fight all over the place. And now Correa picking up the pace for him, knowing it's his last round.
Good body. Correa came out pretty strong this round.
Can he sustain it for the 3 minutes though?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Short left hook.
He's landed some good body shots.
Yeah, that was a
About
sneaky
3
body
or 4
shot.
of them.
It's the voice of Alexis Rocha and Kenneth Sims Jr., Golden Boy Fighters. You'll see in the ring in early 2026. There's Sniker Correa in the pink and black.
Good job. I feel like Priest is giving this round away so far.
Yeah, Correa's having a little more success in throwing the little flurries that are not necessarily landing, but it makes an impression on the judges.
Halfway through the 8th and final round. Priest letting Correa hang around. And if it does go to the judges' scorecard, it'll be interesting to see how it is. And Correa is a fighter who is at 160. Normally, he's at smaller weight classes. He's at 47. He's at 54. And when he is up heavier, it's not because he wants to, it's just that's where the fight is at. Like, his best division would be 54, but he's hanging around at 60.
Yeah, I feel like Priest should have come out more aggressive in this round just because you don't never know what the judges are thinking.
Absolutely. You never know.
And Correa's having a great 8th round.
And Lex will tell you, you never know with Texas judges either.
Yeah, you never know, especially here. Especially it being the last round, you kind of want to put the cherry on top where you want to kind of go and show that, you know, Correa's not on your level, which is he has been.
I feel like Correa's the one that came out and did that in the 8th round. Exactly. Priest.
Javier Alvarez, David Iobuchi, and Hector Gonzalez will be the judges. Make decisions. Correa lands one. Little shuffle at the end. That's Sniker Correa. Somebody get that man the Snickers. He did well tonight. Did he do enough? Eric Priest, did he do enough? As it goes to the judges' scorecards, 8 rounds. It is Correa. When the fight started was smiling, fight ends, he's smiling. In a few minutes, at the top of the hour, you're going to have to go to the DAZN app to see the 5 fights here in Fort Worth, Texas at Dickies Arena. I asked him, do you think he win? He's like, yeah.
I said, I think so.
But I also think he'll never say he lost.
Yeah, no.
He thinks he's like 30-0, baby.
I feel like as long as he's having fun, he thinks he wins.
Yeah. He got his check. He goes
and
back
he
to
like he had a blast in there today.
All right, here ringside, Beth Duran, Alexis Rocha, Kenneth Sims Jr. Kenneth, so you got a fight coming up next year?
Yeah, soon, top of the year.
Top of the year, or something's coming out. You, Alexis?
Yeah, make sure you stay on top of Golden Boy socials. They'll be announcing it pretty shortly.
All right, it's going to be a busy year for Golden Boy in 2026. Go to the Golden Boy social media accounts to see what's going on, see when they get the Chi-Town's finest in there, Santana's finest in there. Again, top of the hour, I can't say this enough. YouTube is going to be done. You need to go to the DAZN app to check out Vergil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin. How do you see that one, Kenneth?
It's a good fight. I got a really tight. Well, Alexis knows I have a really tight relationship with Lubin, so I got to lean with my brother. But it's a good fight. I think they're two of the top guys in that division. I think people are underestimating Lubin too. Also,
absolutely, Lex.
100%. I think the real winners are the fans tonight. I think the real winners are the fans because it's going to be a blockbuster fight.
All right, Tom Chiber, what happened in this fight? What did the judges say?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Javier Alvarez scores it 79-73 in favor of Eric Priest. Judge Hector Gonzalez scores it 77-75 in favor of Esneker Correa. And Judge David Iacobucci scores it 76-76. This bout is a split draw.
Oh, wow.
We get a draw here, a split draw. 79-73 for...
He's still messing with the corner.
For Priest. 77-75 for Correa and 76 all. As now Julian Chua is going at it. The trainer for Eric Priest is ready to go after Correa, and Correa is an agitator, gets under your skin, and he gets the draw tonight.
Antics paid off. Antics paid off and got his corner heated as well.
A draw for that. For everybody behind the scenes, great job, Cisco, producing and directing. Luis Gonzalez, amazing work. Our replay crew for Kenneth Sims Jr. and Alexis Rocha and Beth Duran. Thanks for watching Golden Boy Boxing.
Let's go. Lubin, let him go. Ortiz is fired up. Comes out from a kick.
I'm gonna break you down. You just another nail for the hammer.
Vergil Ortiz Jr.
He ain't nothing to me.
The future has arrived.